This is Golden from FuriousFotog. What I wanted to do in this video is focus on sending red away. Now we're going to focus on two things. We're going to focus on sunburn, and we're going to focus on acne and other blemishes that we want to get rid of shots to make ourselves and our end product look professional and clean. That said, these tutorials are going to be very quick and should be very easy to apply to most situations. All right, first, let's start with the sunburn. What I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this layer, this poor gent which has sunburn on, and I'm going to convert that layer into a smart object. From there, I'm going to select the camera raw filter, and what I'm going to do here is focus on this here, HSL adjustments. That's hue, saturation, and luminance adjustments. What I'm going to do, since the image has predominantly red that we're trying to get rid of, is take down those red values in each of these windows. So we're going to tone down the reds and the oranges here under hue, just to adjust those colors a little bit different. Then we're going to take the saturation and we're going to bring those down just so they're not as noticeable. And from there, we're going to adjust the luminance. And what the luminance is the brightness of those particular colors. And so what we're going to do here is we're going to pop those up just to make his skin look a little more natural. And from there, we're going to hit OK. That is going to apply a smart filter to our image. And as you can see, it's already a lot better. But what we can do from here is actually open up a new layer, go into our spot healing tools and our healing brushes, select it, and what we're going to do is just a minor bit of cleanup on these darker areas. What this will do is I'm going to just do a rough cover up using skin texture from elsewhere in the image, just to get rid of those particularly harsh areas. Get rid of some of this chest hair here, actually. We got rid of a little too much. And then I'm going to drop that opacity down to about 70%. So as you can see, we've knocked off some of that harshness. Actually, I'm going to drop it a little bit more, maybe to 50. Perfect. Now there are still some darker areas in the shots that we can probably adjust. So what I'm going to do is select the image, go up here to select color range, and I'm just going to highlight these particular dark areas. I'm going to hold the shift key down so it will continue to select particular areas, and then from here we can see a little preview window of what we've actually selected. What I'm going to do is drop the range down and the fuzziness down so it's not as wide of a selection. From there, I'm going to actually select the selective color adjustment tool, and because we have red still showing, what I'm going to do here is just play around with the sliders and actually adjust those a little bit further to where his skin looks just a little more natural than before. And it's very slight, but it helps a little bit and gets our image a little further along. Now, it's not 100%. It doesn't look like he doesn't have sunburn at all, but it is a lot better than we started. What I'm going to do is group all of these together so we can easily turn them off. And as you can see, here he is now, here he is before. So we've done a really good job of getting rid of a lot of that discoloration. And what you can do from here is actually go in and help refine the image a little more with contrast and other things to try to get your image where you need it to be for your final project. Now, we're going to move on to acne. This lovely lady has had a little bit of a breakout, a little bit of an allergic reaction to this orange. So what we're going to do is help her get rid of her blemishes for this particular shot. What we're going to do is something very similar to the last one. I'm going to duplicate the layer, create that as a smart object, and then go into camera raw filter again. Go into the HSL panel, and then we're going to adjust those particular items like we did before to get rid of as much of that color as we can. She's almost there. What we're going to do now, because this is acne and it's actually darker bumps, what you can use is this technique where you actually apply a black and white adjustment layer. Going to bring down the reds, and what that will do is actually highlight all those particular blemishes. And what we're going to do is increase the brightness by adding a curves adjustment layer underneath, but it's going to keep those dark spots dark. From there, what we can do is add a blank layer and actually go into the spot healing brush. And I'm going to go through and quickly heal as many of these blemishes as I can, so we can get rid of those particular spots that would be otherwise distracting in a final shot. I'm doing this really rough just for demonstration purposes. For your particular projects, you'd want to take your time and actually get things blended in well. I'm going to switch to the healing brush so I can bring some of this texture in here. And that should, a couple of spots here, should be close. And so from here, what I'm going to do is turn off the curves and the black and white adjustment layer so we can actually see what's left. And as you can see, we've gotten rid of most of those blemishes and discolorations, and from here we can actually continue to adjust things so we can get them where we want them. Again, this is just rough for demonstration purposes. Awesome. And because we had the smart filter here on that orange earlier, I want to make sure I get rid of that red adjustment. There we go. I'm going to group all those together so you can see the before and after. Here's the after. Here's the before. I think we've done a really good job of getting rid of those particular blemishes for the shot. I hope this has helped you. 2 quick methods to quickly get rid of redness in your shot. Now, again, your projects, you want to take a little bit more time and get into the image. Every image is unique, so you want to make sure that you actually focus on what you need to get rid of in the shot. But hopefully this will help you with your projects. And until next time, please follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at FuriousFotog, and on Twitter at FuriousFotog. I appreciate your time, and I will talk to you later.